The Snowman's Gift, Discovering the Joy of Giving. In a small town covered in snow lived a boy named Charlie. Every winter, the streets were filled with children building snowmen, sledding, and having snowball fights. But Charlie never joined them. He sat by his window, watching from afar. He had no friends to play with and no brothers or sisters at home. He felt lonely. One cold afternoon, after watching the other kids from his window, Charlie decided to go outside for a walk in the snowy field near his house. As he wandered through the sparkling white snow, he spotted something unusual: a snowman standing all by itself, far from where the other kids had built theirs. This snowman looked different. It wasn't like the lumpy ones kids usually made. This one was tall and perfectly shaped, with a carrot nose, shiny black eyes, and a scarf that seemed to shimmer in the light. Charlie was curious, so he walked over to it. "Hello there," Charlie said softly, more to himself than the snowman. To his surprise, the snowman's eyes twinkled, and it leaned down just a little. "Hello, Charlie," the snowman said in a gentle, magical voice. Charlie jumped back. "You can talk?" he asked, wide-eyed. "Of course," the snowman replied with a friendly smile. "I've been waiting for someone like you." "Someone like me?" Charlie frowned. "But I don't have anything special. No one even notices me." The snowman's smile didn't fade. "You have something very special inside you, Charlie, but I think you've forgotten about it. Let me show you." The snowman waved its twiggy arm, and suddenly, a gentle gust of wind swirled around Charlie. In the air, shimmering snowflakes danced and sparkled, and Charlie saw a vision: kids playing, families together, and smiles everywhere. But the one thing that stood out was the joy on everyone's faces when they were sharing gifts, helping one another, and being kind. "What do you see?" the snowman asked. "I see people, happy. They're giving things to each other," Charlie said. "Yes," the snowman replied. "That's what makes the season magical, the joy of giving." "But I don't have anything to give," Charlie said, feeling sad again. The snowman chuckled. "Gifts don't have to be big or expensive. They can be as simple as a smile, a kind word, or even your time. You have plenty to give, Charlie." Charlie thought about it and realized the snowman was right. He didn't need to have fancy presents to make someone happy. He could give in other ways. With a new feeling of excitement, he turned to the snowman and said, "What should I do?" The snowman's eyes sparkled even brighter. "Start by sharing what's in your heart." The next day, Charlie decided to take the snowman's advice. He saw a little girl trying to build a snowman, but it kept falling apart. Instead of watching from his window like he usually did, Charlie went outside to help her. Together, they built a snowman, laughing and having fun. Then, Charlie saw his elderly neighbor struggling to shovel snow from her walkway. He grabbed his shovel and helped her, and in return, she gave him a warm smile and thanked him for his kindness. As the days passed, Charlie kept finding small ways to help others, carrying bags for a mom at the store, sharing his lunch with a friend at school, and even giving his old mittens to a boy who had lost his. Each time he did something kind, he felt a warm, happy glow inside. By Christmas Eve, Charlie realized something wonderful. He wasn't lonely anymore. He had friends, and people smiled at him wherever he went. The snowman had been right. The more he gave, the happier he became. That night, Charlie went back to the field where he had met the snowman. It was still standing there, looking as magical as ever. "Thank you," Charlie said, looking up at the snowman. "You helped me find the joy of giving." The snowman smiled, his eyes twinkling once more. "You had it inside you all along, Charlie. Merry Christmas." And with that, the snowman's scarf fluttered in the wind, and it slowly turned back into an ordinary snowman, standing silently in the snowy field. But Charlie knew the magic wasn't gone. It was still in his heart, where it would stay forever.